Radio check 1 2 1 2.
Is BINO Nation in the building? Put those emojis in the chat.
That's my gang.
Yeah.
Woke up still grinding, dreams don't drift away. Blueprints on the table, paint the path my way. Stacks on my desk, starting out the day. Ideas lifting off, I'm the engine in play. Caffeine in my bloodstream, rhythm in my chest. I move with intention, never settling for less. Life is a chessboard, I'm 3 steps ahead. While they fade in dreams, I'm making that bread. Overload, but I still ride slow. Pressure on me, but it helped me grow. Overload, feel it head to toe. Still I hold the line when the storms all blow. Overload, but my heart won't break. Turning all the way in the moves I make. Overload, yeah, the climb I take. Building up a world only real ones make. They talk 9 to 5, but I'm breathing the grind. Turning losses into lessons, polishing the mind. Phone buzzing, daily opportunity speaks. While they chase distraction, I'm reaching my peaks. Call me Alice, world weight on my spine. Every scar earned, made the blueprint refine. While they binge on noise, I'm ready for the climb. Turn a single spark to a fire divine. Numbers in my sight, dreams in my hands. Building every day with deliberate plans. I'm the pulse of the hustle, the strength in the night. Turning every shadow into sun with light. Overload, but I still ride slow. Pressure on me, but it helped me grow. Overload, feel it head to toe. Still I hold the line when the storms all blow. Overload, but my heart won't break. Turning all the way in the moves I make. Overload, yeah, the climb I take. Building up a world only real ones make. Weight on my shoulders, but I walk with grace. Turning every try to a milestone place. Late night stack, but it sharpen my aim. Every sacrifice fuels a fire in my veins. Overload, but I shine through rain. Turning all the pressure into gold from pain. Overload, but I still remain. Standing on the grind that became my lane. Overload, man, I won't let go. Every setback just another push to grow. Overload, watch the empire glow. I was built for the heights, now I rise, now I know. Overload, but I move with soul. Holding every dream like it's made of gold. Overload, but the truth I hold. I was built for the climb, now I rise and unfold.
If we agree with you, then we're black. We love black people. If we find ourselves in opposition to what you say, all of a sudden we hate ourselves and we hate black people. Who died and left you that kind of authority with your opinion? Who? Tell me.
Let them talk, baby. They don't know what we got. I see them running in the streets, chasing after crowns, trying to be the loudest voice in every single town. They say I'm moving backward cause I like to serve my king, but they don't know the peace and the power that you bring. I'll keep your plate hot, I'll keep the house still. I love to be the soft place where you can heal. They call it slavery, I call it devotion. While they drowning in a sea of mixed emotion. If loving you right makes me a pygmy, then baby pick me. I'm exactly where I wanna be. I don't want the headache, I don't want the fight. I just wanna be the one holding you at night. I follow your lead, I let you take control. You got the vision, baby, you got my soul. Call me a pick-me, call me a fool, but I'm the one winning while I'm lying next to you. They brag about being boss, they brag about the grind, but look inside their eyes, tell me what you find. Microwaves, dinners, and a pillow full of tears. trading a family for a couple lonely years. I respect your frame, I respect your mind. Yeah. A masculine love is so hard to find. I ain't competing, I ain't keeping score. You handle the world, I handle the door to your peace. Let the new age girls argue on the net. Let them argue. They haven't found a man that they can trust yet. I'm catering to you, body and soul, playing my position, playing my role. You protect, you provide, I submit, I reside in your kingdom. Wanna be the woman that you adore. I follow your lead, I let you take control. You got the vision, baby, you got my soul. Call me a pygmy, call me a fool, but I'm waking up happy, lying next to you. Let him stay mad, we'll stay in love. I'm your pygmy forever. Forever, 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 yeah.
No, chill for what? Who is this nigga?
You said the mask don't fit me, but it's glued to my name. Every hairline paints me wicked, 'cause I won't think the same. You see trouble when I walk in, like I set this place on fire. But I just talk like my granddaddy, and it cuts through all your choir. You want me to be the villain, so I'll be that. I'll be that. Not a shadow that you're killing, I'm the storm that's fighting back. I'm not a villain, I'm a super villain. That's a fact. You wrote the script, I'm just living, so I'll be that. I'll be that. You get nervous when I'm smiling, 'cause you know it's not for show. I won't bow to your approval, I'm too grown to play that role. You throw labels like they shackles, try to change what I believe, but your story got a plot hole when I'm the one that's free. You want me to be the villain, so I'll be that. I'll be that. Not a shadow that you're killing, I'm the storm that's fighting back. I'm not a villain, I'm a super villain. That's a fact. You wrote the script, I'm just living, so I'll be that. I'll be that. Call me heartless, call me crazy, call me every name you know. All that talk just turns to power, watch my true colors glow. You want me to be the villain, so killing, I'm the storm. Fighting back. I'm not a villain, I'm a super villain. That's a fact. You drew the line, I crossed it grinning, so I'll be that. I'll be
that. You are now rocking with the best. Support the Angryman. Support the stream.
Yeah. They know my name, they know my word, but they still throw dirt. Ha! Yeah. Been a decade in the game, 10 plus in the rain. Been a king from the mud, turned up on them every string. They were lurking on my chat, screenshotting every frame. Took my slang, took my cadence, then pretended we the same. They was praying for my downfall, while they copying my blueprint. Yeah. Every topic that I touch, turn the trend, now they abuse it, use it. They be whispering in DMs, plotting on me, try to stop my rise, stop my rise, stop my rise, stop my rise. Try to ice me out the story, still I burn right through the lies. Yeah. I'm the people's champ, I'm the angry man. Say my name, steal my style, never steal my hands. They can throw that dirt, still I rise again. You can hate my goods, but watch me rain. I'm the people's champ, I'm the angry man. They can twist my words, never twist my stance. Blame me for it all, I just take that chance. Cause they know I'm best, they don't want my shine to last. No, they was flagging every upload, sending shots behind the scenes, posting pictures of my family, trying to crack me at the scene. Drop my name up in the phone, type my address on the site. Thought the fear would make me vanish, told them pussies catch a flight. Every time they build a boycott, I just build another brand. Turn a smear into a slogan, made a movement out to slander. Understand, they be calling me the villain, why they quoting every line. I'm the mirror that they scared of, so they cover up my life. I'm the people's champ, I'm the angry man. Say my name. They can steal my style, never steal my hands. They can throw that dirt, still I rise again. You can hate my goods, but watch me rain. I'm the people's champ, I'm the angry man. They can twist my words, never twist my stance. Blame me for it all, I just take that chance. Cause they know I'm best, they don't want my shine to last. Nah. They gon' blame me for the storm, blame me for the rain, blame me cause I said it, just remember we ain't the same. They gon' cry about my tone, but they study every take. You can hate on every move, you can cancel what I made. Nah, I'm the people's champ, I'm the angry man. Say my name. They can steal my style, never steal my hands. They can throw that dirt, still I rise again. You can hate my goods, but watch me rain. I'm the people's champ, I'm the angry man. They can twist my words, never twist my stance. Blame me for it all, I just take that chance. Cause they know I'm best, they don't want my shine to last. Cause they know I'm best, they don't want my shine to last. Yeah, they know I'm best, and that's why they hate the man.
Radio check 1 2 1 2.
Is BINO Nation in the building? Put those emojis in the chat.
That's my gang.
Yeah.
Son of her raising no delay. This life don't wait, so I'm on my way. Feet hit the pavement, sunrise grinning. Life's a roulette and I'm always spinning. Pocket full of dreams, got the world in my hands. No map, just vibes and unplanned plans. Sweat on my brow, running wild through the city. Clock ticking loud, but it ain't that gritty. Feel my soul like ink on a loose leaf. Every breath a moment, no time for grief. Full throttle, no brakes, I'm flying. Every second counts, ain't no denying. Living for the now, future can't wait. No rewind button, I'm on in my face, yeah, yeah. I'm on in my face, I'm on in my face. Heart like a drum, beating fast, no pause. Life's a movie real, I'ma start with no flaws. Cup running over, champagne fizz. Every day's a blessing, yeah, that's the biz. Jumping over hurdle, life's track and field. Every scar story, every wound's healed. Skyline's my ceiling, dreams stretch wide. Riding shotgun with hope, joy by my side. Full throttle, no brakes, I'm flying. Every second counts, ain't no denying. Living for the now, future can't wait. No rewind button, I'm on in my face, yeah, yeah. I'm on in my face, yeah, yeah. Roll the dice, let it ride. Moonlit nights, ocean tide. Every heartbeat, a melody. Life's a stage, I'm the symphony. Slow it down, feel the sound. Breathing deep, feet on the ground. Then a spark, hit a call. One more run, give it all. Full throttle, no brakes, I'm flying. Every second counts, ain't no denying. Living for the now, future can't wait. No rewind button, I'm on in my face, yeah, yeah. No rewind, no regret. Sunset phase, but I ain't done yet, yeah. I'm on in my face, yeah,
December 2nd.
Yes.
Were you still employed by Mr. Diggs at this time?
Yes.
And where were you on December 2nd?
I was in the house. 7 schoolmasters.
Gotcha. And that day, what were you doing that day?
I woke up in the morning, prepared breakfast. Mr. Diggs came downstairs. He asked me what was I doing for the week. And I asked him, oh, so you weren't going to tell me that I wasn't able to come to Art Basel? And he explained why. And it was because of the situation with me and the other coworker, Lindsay Bolin. And I was upset with him, not upset at the fact I couldn't go to Art Basel. Me and him have a relationship for over 4.5 years. He could have told me weeks ahead of time because me and his girlfriend, Cardi B, we were talking about having like outfits and stuff. It was like a whole thing being planned, and he just waited till the last day. So I was more upset with him not letting me know I wasn't going to come like at an earlier time.
And at some point during this day, were you alone in your bedroom?
Yes.
And do you know around when this was?
It was in that, like around 3 afternoon, 3-ish.
When you're in your bedroom by yourself, what, if anything, were you doing?
I was sitting on the bed, laying across the bed. I had my laptop, reading a cookbook, actually.
And were you communicating with any people at this point?
I received a text from Anna, was one of his friends.
Did you receive any text or send any text to Mr. Diggs?
No, the morning text that was in the morning. We had went back and forth.
So you had some previous texts in the morning.
Yes.
So you're in the bedroom. What happens next?
I was in the bedroom. Mr. Diggs came into my room. He was laying across the bed. He came into my room.
When you were in the bedroom, was the door closed?
Yes, the door was closed.
So when he came in, did he open the door?
Yes, he opened the door.
Did he leave it open after him?
No, he closed the door behind him.
And you said you were on the bed?
Yes, I was laying across the bed.
About how far away were you from the door?
About 4 or 5 feet, something like that.
So he comes in, closes the door behind him. What happens next?
He asked me to come here. He walked across the room and like leaned back on the dresser.
Okay, and just to give a kind of a sense, where's the dresser in the room in relation to like the door and
across the room, alongside the bathroom door.
Okay, so about how far away from the front door is the dresser?
What, 8 feet? I don't know them. A nice amount of feet.
Okay, so some amount of distance from it. You said he leans against the dresser?
Yes.
Are you still on the bed at this point?
I'm still on the bed at this point.
What happens?
He comes in, he looks very angry. He was upset from the text exchange we were having. And in that text exchange, he was calling me bitches and he was just very upset.
But what happened in that room?
Oh, he called you a bitch. Yeah, because that's a crime.
He came in and he with intent to hurt me.
No. What, not his intent or anything. What actually happened?
He was leaning against the dresser. He asked me to get up to come here. I got up off the bed and I came across to him and I stood in front of him, like I stood on the side of him.
Keep in mind, she said she stood in front of him. She was in front of him.
He was leaning back. I stood on the side of him. And he was like, what was all that shit you was talking?
And then what happened?
And I was beginning to say, you said, and I couldn't finish my statement. And he slapped me.
So when you...
And he slapped her. Right? Now watch this.
Say he smacked you.
He smacked me with an open hand.
With an open hand, not a backhand. With an open hand. So he's leaning on the dresser. She's standing somewhat in front of him or to the side of him. He says, what's all that shit you were talking? She goes to open her mouth and he slaps her. But he's in front of her, right? Open hand. So it wasn't a backhand.
You know which hand he used?
Right hand.
Right hand.
You know which part of your face got hit?
The right side of my face.
And
the right side of her face. Everybody watching this, could you please explain to me how? He stood in front of her, slapped her with an open hand, and hit the right side of her face. Could somebody please tell me how you do that? How do you do that? Unless he did one of these. I ain't never seen nobody slap somebody like that. How? Right? So it's already off the rip. You know she's lying through her teeth. Right?
I know you're putting your hand against your cheek. Is it your cheek that got
It was my cheek that got hit.
About how far away from you were you from him when that happened?
I was at the end of the dresser.
Hey, by the way, do y'all notice how when these women go to court, all of a sudden they begin to look like normal women again? This looked like a woman from the 80s or the 90s. No, notice when they go to court, all of a sudden they can look normal again.
And where was he?
He was in the.
Now, here's the thing you got to realize about this. This is what you got to understand about this. I need you to think about this for a second. You know why they go to court like this instead of the way they normally dress? Because they want to look respectable. Just think about that for a second. And just let that sink in for a second. They go to court like this because they want to be viewed as respectable. Now, the reason why I have to point this out is because if they truly believe the way they dress normally was respectable, they would dress like that in court.
Like in front of the other side of the dresser.
So about how much space was in between you?
Maybe 3 feet. 4.
And notice the baby voice. Yes, maybe, maybe 3 feet. Maybe, baby, a goo goo gaga, a goo goo gaga, gaga. Even though I'm a fully grown woman, I want you to think of me as a little bitty baby. So I'm gonna sit up here and I'm gonna talk so softly and so quietly, goo goo gaga.
So you said that he smacked you. I want to use the word. Did you say smack or slap? I don't know what the word was.
Smack.
So he smacked you,
Yeah.
and then what happened?
I went to try to like block him, like push him like this, like stop.
So again, I see you're pushing your hands out.
I pushed up. He's way taller than me. I pushed up for him.
How tall are you?
4'11", 5 feet.
And how tall is he? Do you know?
6 feet, 6'1".
So you said you pushed out and you made a motion with your hands. So does that mean you pushed with your hands?
Yes.
Around what, like his stomach, his chest, his shoulders?
Up to block his hand.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then he.
Here we go. Here we go with the dramatics.
Can I have a second? Can I have a second?
I'm so traumatized. Somebody slapped me and then choked me. I'm so traumatized. Oh, my Lord Jesus. I saw my life flash before my eyes.
Yes, you can.
They really think this bullshit works. Like, I can't even describe for everybody watching how angry it makes me watching this shit. You have no earthly idea. Like, I can't even begin. Like, as she's talking, I'm literally biting the inside of my lip. Like, I don't know which part pisses me off more. The fact that she would have the nerve to just blatantly lie like that and try to be innocent, try to play innocent while she's doing it, or the fact that she, bruh, I can't even describe it. I can't even describe how angry this makes me just watching this shit. And let's be clear. Let's be clear. Black women do this to black men because in their mind, they believe that the court system can't wait to lock a nigga up. I'm going to say that again. Black women like this do this type of shit because they truly believe in their mind that white folk are gonna have bias against black men and can't wait to lock black men up. This is why they do this shit, bro. I need you to let that sink in. And yeah, he was found not guilty, right? He was found not guilty. But that ain't the point. We not examining the not guilty verdict. We examining this bullshit. We examining this bullshit. And we're going to break it down to the molecule tonight. So make sure you guys are supporting the show. Make sure you guys are supporting the show. We're going to break this down to the molecule.
When I went up to push his hand, like block him, like block him, he took his arm and he like came around my neck with the crook of his elbow around my neck, and he began to choke me, pressure on my neck with his elbow.
So you said you pushed against him, and then he put his arm around your neck?
Yes.
Do you know, were you facing away from him?
I was facing him.
You were facing him. He put his arm around your neck?
Yes, he like spun me around.
He spun you around?
Yeah, like,
Let's pause right there. I don't care what nobody says. In the year of our Lord 2026, if you begin any story about an altercation with he spun me around, we don't believe you. We don't believe you. So I spun the nigga around, right? No, we don't believe you. If you're describing an altercation that you're in where somebody allegedly accosted you and you say the assailant spun me around, we immediately we're throwing that out of court. We don't believe you. I'm sorry. If I hear the word spun come out of your mouth, I'm tossing all of this shit out of court. We don't believe you.
I'll have to show you more so than I can describe it.
Describe it as best you can.
I was standing in front of him. When he slapped me, I went to like try to hit him back like this. And then it was like he tackled me. Like got me to try.
Yo, wait. Okay, so how do I explain this bullshit to them? Let me see. Well, he's a football player. Oh, I know. I'll say he tackled me. Well, which one was it? Did he tackle you or did he choke you? Which one was it? Oh, you're thinking of the word headlock. You're thinking of the word headlock, but because you're a bird brain, the only thing you could think of is NFL football player tackle. Yeah, I'll use that word, tackle. Yeah, it's like he tackled me.
Try to keep from pushing him or protecting myself. And he put his arm around my neck like this, and he's choking me.
So you ended up in a position where his like forearm or bicep was around your neck.
Yes.
And you said he choked you. What exactly did he put pressure on your neck?
Yes, he put pressure.
And were you able to breathe?
At first, and it kept getting tighter.
So were you able to breathe?
No.
This is the most disgusting shit I've ever seen in my life, bro. This is the most disgusting. Like, can we acknowledge the fact that very rarely do you ever see women doing this when a nigga ain't got no money? Can we acknowledge this? Can we acknowledge the fact that the only time you really see women in court doing all these theatrics is when the dude got money? Can we acknowledge this shit? Like, this is one trifling, sorry, raggedy ass broad, man. I swear to God, there's no other way to describe this shit. And I'm gonna break down for you everything that happened, because I didn't even have to be there. Already know what happened, bro. Already know what happened.
About how long were you in this position?
I would say roughly I can't recall the amount of time. I just know it went from the edge where we were in front of the dresser to the side of the bed to him falling on top of me on the bed.
So about how far of a distance is that?
About maybe 4 or 5 feet, something like that, 5, 6 feet.
At some point, did he let you go?
Yeah, he let me go. When we got to the side of the bed, I was pushing back. I started to do a move that I saw off of social media. He said to me, that shit is not going to work.
So you said you tried to do
there
a
was
move.
A defensive move where you try to put your hands underneath the person that's trying to choke you. It's like something I saw on a woman defensive page or something. And he said, that shit you see on Instagram is not going to work. And that's when he got tighter. Like the more I was trying to put his hand, he got tighter.
And then what happened?
And then I was pushing back. And then he like fell down on top of me on the bed because I was on the side of the bed. And it was like, he was like letting me, like, I guess he was about to let me go. But as he was getting up, he like pulled my hair. And he was like, yeah, I thought so.
And then what happened?
He got up off of me, off the bed behind me, and he walked around the bed. I told him I still haven't got paid. He said lies. And he was like, so what are you doing? So what are you doing for the week? And I was like, I'm staying here. He said, I don't want anyone in my house. I don't want anyone here. I was like, okay, so who's going to get my ticket? He said, who always gets your ticket? And that's...
She's not even his girl. She's not even his girl. She's living in his house. He's paying her and paying for all other expenses that she did. This broad is living free in this man's house. She's not spending a dime. Like, she's living free in his house. She's not paying a dime for anything. That's why she said, who's going to get my ticket? And he's like, who always gets your ticket, right? Like, bro, not only is she living in his house and he's taking care of everything, but he's paying her too to be a cook. And she probably in there cooking oodles and noodles and other bullshit.
That's it. He walked out of the room.
Yo, check this out. To all of you dudes that's rich, that's watching this right now, do yourself a favor. Do like Bobby Axelrod, get you a male chef that does not live in your crib. Get you a male chef. You feel me? These chicks ain't shit, bro. I swear to you, they ain't shit, fam. And he probably started letting her stay there just on some, yo, I'm going to look out for you. I'm going to make sure you straight type shit. But no good deed goes unpunished.
So from the moment he entered the room to the moment he left, about how much time went by?
My last text to Anna was probably like 3:30 something. I text Sunny at 4:11, so it was between that time because I didn't have plans. I didn't have money to go anywhere to travel, I know.
I know, but just the question was about how long time.
It was just in between that time. I can't say exact, but I know it's before 4:11.
So is that 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes?
He was in the room probably maybe 10 minutes, 15. Sure.
When he left the room, what happened next?
I looked down at my pants. I had peed my pants, and I had just came off my cycle, and I was bleeding really bad again. I guess because I was so scared, I changed my pants and I cleaned up myself, and I came back in the room, and that's when I texted.
Pure lies, bro. Like, I swear to God.
Sunny, to get my flight.
And where was that flight to?
Atlanta.
At some point, did you exit your? When you said you went to your bathroom, was that the bathroom that's connected to the bedroom, right?
Yes.
At some point, did you leave out your bedroom again?
I didn't leave out my bedroom till later in the afternoon.
But so at some point later on, you did. Do you know about how long you stayed there?
In my bedroom? A while, because I was trying to figure out what I was going to do.
So at some point though, that later on that day, you exited out of the bedroom.
Yes.
And what did you do next?
When I exited out of the bedroom, while I was in my bedroom, I was packing my clothes to leave. I called another coworker, I would call her, and I just asked her, like, you know, what she was doing, and she was like, I told her I wasn't able to go to Art Basel, and that I was going home, and she was like, oh, you should come.
You know, this is what all of this is about, right? Art Basel or whatever that shit is. You know, this is what all of this is about, right? I'm willing to bet you this is what happened. Every time he goes certain places or whatever, he's allowing her to go, and she's able to partake of that lifestyle and all of that. And then she did something goofy. Who the hell knows what she did that was goofy, right? And he probably was like, oh, you bugging. You know what? Nah, you ain't. Matter of fact, she got into it with one of the other chicks. So apparently Stefan Diggs is you know, smashing her and smashing this other chick that worked for him named, I think, Lindsay or some shit. So she probably got jealous of Lindsay because he was smashing Lindsay, got into it with her, and Stefan Diggs was probably like, oh, word, you want to show out like that? Okay, you're not coming with me to Art Basel, whatever, right? She probably got mad at him, started cursing him out, probably tried to fight him, whatever, right? And he was like, yo, get your shit and get out. You can't live in no more. Get your shit and get out. Well, I need the rest of my money. I'm not paying you for shit you ain't even did yet. But you said you was going to invest in my business. What about that? I want my money. That's what all of this shit was about. I bet you any amount of money. See, here's the thing with these raggedy, trifling individuals that operate like this. Like, we know y'all's pattern of behavior. Y'all been doing it forever. You're not unique. You're not unique. Everybody knows the type of chick you are. For one, you're a fucking freeloader. That's number one. Let's be crystal clear about something. To all of the fellas out there, right? If you rich and you got money and shit, right? Let me tell you something. If you know a chick that's down bad or struggling, right? And that chick knows you got a girlfriend. But in spite of them knowing that you got a girlfriend, they're, one, willing to have sex with you. Two, willing to take you up on your offer to come live at your house and continue screwing you, even though they know you got a girlfriend. And three, the type of chick that only look good when she put makeup on. Yeah, bro, those type of chicks are some of the sorriest chicks on planet Earth, fam. And I guarantee you that every time the shit doesn't go the way they want it to go, you feel me? They're going to immediately try to pull some shit. They're going to, because see, the thing with them is their life is already fucked up. So when they try to punish you, they're going to try to do to you the thing that they feel like is being done to them, which is they're going to try to ruin your life. This wasn't really about her trying to get no money from Stephon Diggs. This was her trying to fuck his program up. And that's the whole reason why she was sitting on the stand volunteering information nobody asked about. Well, yeah, he was having sex with me, and he was having sex with this one, and he was having sex with this one. And she just volunteering information because she knew everybody was going to see it. She knew everybody was going to see it. Like this is, yo. And see, she lives in the type of world where she can get away with shit like this. See, in my personal opinion, a woman who does shit like this, the state should bring up charges on her. Like the state should be like, okay, like every time women come to court and play in the court's face like this, the state should bring charges against them. Perjury, obstruction of justice, making false allegations, filing a false police report. They should bring up all kinds of charges on chicks like this. Because all this is about is Stephon Diggs was screwing her. And anytime, look, here's the crazy thing about this, right? Because, you know, there's going to be dudes on the internet. You watch, you mark my word. There's going to be a bunch of dudes on the internet talking about discipline. Well, this is what happens when black men don't have dick discipline. It's going to be a bunch of dudes that's going to try their best to figure out a way to make this Stephon Diggs issue. Right? When the real issue is this. The real issue is to all of these women out here. If a man is not your husband and you open your legs and give him your cooch, he don't owe you shit because of that. But this is what they think. This is what they think. The moment she started having sex with him, she felt like she was entitled to whatever the fuck she wanted from Stephon Diggs. And see, here's the thing with me. I don't do no penis policing the way the rest of these dudes around here on YouTube run around trying to police everybody's penis. I don't do that shit. I don't care if Stephon Diggs is in a relationship with Cardi B. I don't care if Stephon Diggs was screwing every woman in his house. I don't care if Stephon Diggs was screwing her, which is supposed to be his personal chef. I don't care if Stephon Diggs is screwing his assistant. I don't care if Stephon Diggs is screwing the maids. I don't care if Stephon Diggs screws every woman in his damn house. I don't give a shit. And the reason why I don't give a shit is because if it's consensual, who gives a damn? Who gives a damn? Who cares? But see, we now live in this day and age where that's really what they're trying to do. They're trying to use a man's sexuality as an indictment against him. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not. Every single time one of these cases come out, it always has to include who that man is fucking. That ain't nobody's damn business. Now, if Cardi B want to get upset because she feel like they in a monogamous relationship and she don't like the fact that he's screwing other women, okay, cool. Then Cardi B, kick rocks, go on about your damn business. But the way they keep dragging men into court and basically prosecuting them for who they fuck and trying to pretend like it's about something else is beyond ridiculous, bro. It's beyond ridiculous. You can't in one breath have a quote unquote sexual revolution and tell women that it's their body, their choice, and they can sleep with whoever they want. And then on the other side of that, punish men for screwing all of these chicks that want to operate like 304s. Because I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth. This is what it really boils down to. If you screwing a man that ain't your damn husband, you don't deserve shit but dust. That's really what it boils down to. You want a man to take care of you and buy you nice things and put a roof over your head and protect you and give you security, then get a fucking husband and stop screwing every dude you come in contact with. And before you try to say, well, what about the men? The men shouldn't be. The men are not screwing the women because they want you to take care of them. The men are not screwing the women because they want gifts. The men are not screwing the women because they want something out of you. They're screwing you because they want the box. That's what they got, and they kept it pushing. But you're not screwing him because you just want Johnson. You're screwing him because you think that's going to obligate him to you. What y'all try to do is you try to use the guilt of sex. You try to use sex as a way to guilt men into doing shit for you because you trifling and you raggedy. And don't no man owe you nothing after he screwed you. Don't no man owe you nothing when you open your damn legs and let him hit. He don't owe you shit. He don't owe you a damn thing. This is what's crazy. What's crazy is we live in a day and age now where not only do women think that men are obligated to them just because they had sex with them, but they're even trying to use the judicial system. They're trying to use the court system to enforce the shit. Because that's what all of this is about with this raggedy ass trifling 304 is she's mad that Stephon Diggs ain't giving her what she wants. Which is crazy because she started out as a friend. She became a friend with benefits. He then allowed her to move into his house and told her, well, you could be my personal chef. She probably ain't got no damn culinary degree. He probably just said, well, if you come in here, you know, this is him trying to justify giving her money because he was trying to look out for her. Like, I ain't crazy. I know what this shit is. This is him being cool with her. You feel me? Because we don't live in a day and age, and this is really the thing about it. What you women should be mad about is that we don't live in a society that allows men to have multiple women. So because men are not allowed legally to have multiple wives, men have to do all of this roundabout shit in order to rock with you, right? So this was him being cool with you. Y'all having sex. Y'all basically F buddies. He probably noticed that you was struggling or you needed help or whatever, blase blam, whatever, right? So he said, well, you know what? You can move in. But I don't be having no money. I tell you what, you could be my personal cook and I'll pay you $2,000 a week. Okay, cool. The problem with you, shorty, is you forgot your fucking place. That's the problem. And see, like I said, I'm tired of this narrative where we try to vilify men for having sex with women. That's what all of this hinges on. Because what all of the feminists and everybody's going to do is they're going to be like, oh my God, he moved her in the house and was, you know, had her as the personal chef, but was screwing her too. So what? So what? The only reason it became a problem is because her ass forgot what their arrangement was. You ain't his damn wife. That's why he's paying you to cook. See, the way I look at it is like this. You ain't got no damn husband. You out here fighting for your life, fighting for survival. This man allowed you to move into his house. And even though you ain't got no other skills, He said, I tell you what, if you cook for me, I'll pay you $2,000 a week. So not only is he employing you, but he's putting a roof over your head, probably paying for a bunch of other shit, probably giving you the opportunity to go to football games and be around all kinds of people that you could network with that you didn't capitalize on. And he's having sex with you. Why? Because you're consenting to it. He ain't did nothing wrong. The only time that something became wrong, and see, this is the goofy shit. This is the shit that kills me. What kills me is nowadays, now that black men are rich, they're constantly being prosecuted for shit that men have always done. You think Stephon Diggs is the first rich man to screw his freaking cook, to screw his maid, to screw the women that work in his house? Do you think he's the first rich man to do that? This is ridiculous. This is utterly ridiculous. Like, men are literally being prosecuted for having sex with women, having consensual sex with women. They're literally being prosecuted for that shit. If they could prosecute Klay Thompson right now, they would. Oh my God, I can't believe he cheated on Meg. First of all, we don't know if he cheated on Meg. Secondly, he technically didn't cheat on Meg because that ain't his fucking wife. At some point, we got to establish some real rules. And this needs to be the rule. If you're not married, it ain't cheating. That needs to be the fucking rule. That needs to be the damn rule. Like, this shit, like, I'm sitting there watching this shit. And I'm watching this freaking goofy broad, you feel me, sit up there with her conservative look. You know, she showed up with no makeup on, hair pulled back into a bun, right? No eyelashes, no lipstick, none of that transformer makeup that they be putting on. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you can dress and behave like a decent woman when you want to. Love Star said, what you do as a single person. Let's see. Love Star said, what you do as a single person, you'll do in a marriage. If you're not working on yourself as a single individual before marriage, you'll do it in a marriage. Man, shut the fuck up. Shut your stupid ass up. Like, shut your stupid ass up. Straight like that. Shut your stupid ass up. There's always somebody that think they got some deep philosophical thought around shit. And no, that's not how that works. That's not how it works with adults. Okay? That's not how that works with adults. All right? When we were kids and we played Candyland, we knew the rules to Candyland. When we decided to stop playing Candyland and play Monopoly, we didn't apply the rules from Candyland to Monopoly. When we played spades, we knew the rules for spades. We didn't apply them rules to poker. So guess what, stupid ass? As an adult, we understand from that training as a child. That's the reason why when you're a kid, you learn what the rules are to certain games. So that by the time you become an adult, you understand the concept that you can't do the shit at your job that you do at home. You can't do the shit in a marriage that you do as a single person, dumbass. That's what fully grown, mature adults understand. You arrested development having, almost said the R word. Man, you need help. You're bitter and you're evil, and no one should be listening to you. And the fact that you're saying that the God is going to deal with you with what you are. First of all, let me tell you something. Here's the first thing. Number one, if I need help, I won't be getting it from you. That's number one. Number two, if I'm bitter, so the fuck what? Number three, if I'm evil, so the fuck what? As far as no one should be listening to me, it's just funny because you're listening to me. And I bet you any amount of money, if I were to agree with you, you'd be sitting over there right now, grinning from ear to ear. Yeah, angry man, you know, and I got some other thoughts on this topic too, right? Right? Then you said the fact that you're saying God is going to deal with you. You know what's funny? God might actually deal with your ass just because you said that. Because last time I checked, God ain't no genie and he ain't a puppet for you. So just because you don't like what I'm saying, don't mean that you can use God as an attack dog against me. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. So take your goofy ass somewhere and have several damn seats. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Coming in here talking about what God gonna do to me. Man, please, you done lost your damn mind. You done lost your damn mind. Talking about I'm evil because you said some dumb shit. In fact, I'm gonna say it again so that you can hear it again, so that you can learn what it means to be an adult. That's the problem now. There's too many of you grown-ass children running around here. The only person that's going to do the same thing they did when they were single in a marriage is someone who's a damn child. Someone who is mentally childlike, someone who is suffering from arrested development, because all the rest of us adults understand that when you get married, you can't operate the same way you did when you were single. Now, you mad because I said that? Seriously? Carry your goofy ass on somewhere. See, this is what they want. They want somebody that's going to give them confirmation bias. They want somebody that's going to freaking agree with the stupid shit that they say out of their mouth. And half the time, they don't even come up with these thoughts originally. There's some dumb shit. What you do when you're single, you're going to do in a marriage too. That's some dumbass shit you probably heard on tonight's conversation or something. Don't come in here with that one-dimensional surface level bullshit. Don't nobody want to hear that dumbass shit. And then you want to get mad because I called it out. Man, please. That's the problem with the damn society now anyway. People like you. Yeah, that's exactly, Kendrick, tonight's conversation. That's some shit they heard somewhere where somebody was trying to sound deep. Well, you know, whatever you do and how you operate when you're single, that's how you gonna operate in a marriage. Clock it. Dumbasses. I told you they can't, bro. They come over here, they get mad, bro. Like they be wanting, like people be coming to my chat room, they be wanting me to be fake and phony like everybody else. They be wanting so desperately for me to be fake and phony like everybody else. I'm not gonna be fake. You're not gonna come in here and say some stupid shit, and I actually read that shit. And then I'm gonna be like, okay, you're right. If you operate like that when you're single, you'll do that in a marriage. Yep, that's what it is. That's the biggest problem we got in this society today. There's a lot of stupid people that think they're smart. And they say a lot of stupid shit that they never really took the time to think about. They never really took the time to think about it. Why do you think when we was in school, they would have a certain period of time you had to be in a class? When the bell rung, you had to go to class. While you were in class, you had certain things you had to do. You had assignments you had to do. You had to follow the rules and instructions of those assignments. Then when the class was over, the bell would ring. You know it was time to go to the next class, right? They gave you a block. They gave you a schedule. You knew which classes you were supposed to go to. You knew what you could do in recess. You knew what you could do in art. You knew what you could do in history class. That's to teach you that there's a time and a place for everything. So to come in here and say that as a fully grown adult, you don't understand the concept that you can't do the same shit when you're married that you did when you were single, that is by far the dumbest shit I've ever heard anybody say. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard anybody say. This is why our society is the way it is, because there's so many of you that don't want to understand rules. And if you really want to be honest, that low key was a cop out. If you really want to be honest, when I hear somebody say, well, the way you act when you single is how you, because what was the context of why they said that? It was right after I said, technically, you're not cheating if you're not married. So see, that statement was to dispute what I was saying. Basically saying, oh, it don't matter if a person get married because they're going to do the same thing they was doing when they was single. Yeah, if they're a fucking idiot, if they're stupid, if they don't understand the simple concept of a time and a place for everything. But see, that's what they do in this day and age. Anytime you try to break down what the rules are and create boundaries or whatever, it's always some new age motherfucker that got a damn excuse for the shit. That's how they justify doing the dumb shit that they do. Because guess what? Somebody that thinks like that, you know what they'll say to themselves? Well, I'm single and I like, messing around with a bunch of different women, so I might as well stay single because if I get married, I'm going to do the same thing. That's that line of logic. And that's why I attacked it like that. That's why it pissed me off, because I know what the thinking behind it is. It's a justification. We just hadn't got to the point where they were using it to justify some shit yet. But that's the justification. Oh, what you do when you're single is what you're going to do when you get married. Oh, well, I might as well stay single. Has it ever crossed your mind that there's people out here that get married knowing full and well, I no longer want to do the things that I used to do when I was single. Therefore, I'm ready to get married. But you don't think people like that exist. You know why you don't think people like that exist? Because you're not like that. That's why you said that dumb shit. You said that dumb shit because that's how you operate. That's why you said it. And that's why you had such a visceral reaction to me calling it out, because it was basically me calling you out, and you know it. And that's why I had to be evil, bitter, and God is going to smite me, and all of this goofy shit that you had to say just because that shit touched a nerve. Tell us you a sorry, trifling individual without telling us you a sorry ass, trifling individual. That's the reason why this chick is sitting up there looking stupid in the face. Because when she started dealing with Stefan Diggs, they had created an arrangement between each other. She decided to step outside of that arrangement. And that's the main reason why they're in conflict with each other. Because she decided, okay, you know what? I don't like this arrangement, so I want to change the circumstances of the arrangement. The only problem is you're not the one behind the wheel in that situation. You're not the one who set up the arrangement in the first place. You ever hear the old saying, beggars can't be choosers? She was getting all the benefits that a wife would get. Well, not all of the benefits, but some of the benefits. She was getting some of the benefits of what a wife would get. But that wasn't good enough. She wanted all of the benefits. She wanted all of the benefits. Not realizing that that's not your position. That's not your place. This is a prime example. If anybody has ever read the story of Icarus, this was her flying too close to the sun. And her wings that were made of wax and shit melted. That's what this is. This was her flying too close to the sun. There are so many women that do not have the ability to secure a husband. They don't have the ability to secure a husband. At the very least, they're going to have to share somebody else's husband. The only problem is we live in a culture that doesn't allow men to have multiple wives. So because of that, they have to accept the situation for what it is. And she had it good. She had it good. She had it good. She's living in his house, not having to pay for anything. She's getting paid $2,000 a week to cook. Right? And she's having sex with him whenever she wants to. The only reason it became a problem is because he tried to punish her. you're not going to so-and-so because you in my house cutting up. And she couldn't accept the punishment. What she should have did if she was smart, but a lot of these women today, they're not smart. They be in those situations. They're not smart. Soon as he said, well, you can't come to such and such. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. She could have went back to doing what she was doing, collecting her $2,000 a week, still living there rent-free. She should have been stacking that money the whole damn time. If we being totally honest, she talking about some investing in her restaurant. If she was smart, she'd have been stacking that money the whole time. You living in somebody's place rent-free? You living in somebody's crib rent-free with no bills. Only thing you gotta do is cook, and you collecting $2,000 every single damn. See, these chicks, they don't know how to be smart. Their ego is too much. Their ego is too much. Now, for some of you that's going to say, well, Angry Man, come on, man, that's a messed up situation. Why she got to be in there subjecting herself to that? Well, I don't know. Why does she? I didn't put her in that situation. She put her in that situation. See, nothing annoys the shit out of me than when somebody wants to be a certain thing and then play victim because they chose to be that certain thing. That's the goofiest shit in the world. You're living your life as a hoe, and now you want sympathy and you want to be treated like a victim because you're a hoe. Like, no. You knew that man was in a relationship. You still slept with him. You knew that man was in a relationship. You still moved into his crib. You knew that once he hired you to be his cook, you now have a professional relationship and you're still having sex with him. You know what you're doing. You're not a victim of circumstance. You made these choices every step of the damn way. And I'm sorry, I don't think Stefan Diggs should be punished for engaging in something that she agreed to. She agreed to the shit. I'm going to tell you what it really is. Press 1 if y'all want to know what the problem really is. Press 1 if you want to know what the problem really is. It's male happiness. That's the problem. That's the problem. It's male happiness. Any situation where a man is happy and getting everything he wants, they have to try to put a stop to that shit. Stefan Diggs got enough money to where he got this big ass house. He living the dream because he's an NFL superstar. He's an NFL football athlete, right? He's living the dream. He got a celebrity girlfriend, Cardi B, that he's smashing. And he's probably smashing every woman in his vicinity. Every woman that's in his crib, he's probably laying pipe to him. Right? He's probably laying pipe to him. And by all intents and purposes, he basically has a harem. If he's laying pipe to every single chick that he's with, every chick that's in his household, he basically, he has a harem. And we can't have that shit. How dare he? How dare this dude have a harem? How dare this dude be laying pipe to multiple women? How dare he do some shit that rich, wealthy men have done since the beginning of fucking time? How dare he? How dare he? Let's lock him up. Let's prosecute him. Let's prosecute him. Let me tell y'all something. If I were an NFL superstar or NBA superstar and I had a damn house and I had women in there working for me and I'm not a married dude and those women are willing to have consensual sex with me, you damn right I'd be in there laying pipe. I sure would. And any of you dudes in here would be doing the same. And if you say you wouldn't, use a lying ass dude. You're lying. You're lying because at the end of the day, you're not doing anything wrong. You're a single guy. You're not married. And these women are having consensual sex with you. The only time it becomes a problem is when those women want to lie to try to take your damn money. That should not be your problem. That shouldn't be your issue. The whole reason that this chick took her ass to court and sat up there and told those ridiculous lies is because we have created a culture where people like her believe that no matter how ridiculous the lie, she's going to be able to get that shit off. She didn't go in there with a plan. She thought all she had to do was show up being a woman, speak with a soft voice, and say, he assaulted me, and cry a little bit. And everybody's supposed to believe it. That's the society we live in. That's the society we live in. That's the only reason she did it. The only reason she did it is because she knew in her mind before she went to court that she was going to win that case. There's even moments where she was talking shit to him through text messages, and then she went back and deleted her text messages to make it look like he was the aggressor because she's too fucking stupid to realize that they can recover deleted text messages. And so when the defense attorneys started reading off the deleted text messages, she's sitting there like, wait a minute. What are you doing? I'm a woman. You're supposed to believe me no matter what. He's a black man. You're supposed to give me his money and lock him up. This is how they fucking think, bro. This is how they think. And every one of them that think like this should be locked up. They should lock them in a prison and throw away the damn key. Because the only thing, half the time, the only thing that separates a happy side chick from being an abused side chick is you not giving her what she wants. And that's scary. That's scary. That's frightening. We need to come up with laws. We need to come up with legislation. We need to call it financial abuse. That's what we need to call it. Not financial abuse. We need to call it financial assault. We need to come up with legislation, financial assault. Whenever women try to utilize the court system by making false allegations and false accusations in order to extract money from men who are prominent and successful, there needs to be legislation put on the books for that, straight up and down. Because this shit is getting out of hand. This running the court and telling all kinds of lies, this shit is getting out of hand, bro. It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand, like for real. What the hell? See, they allow this type of shit to go on because it's a way for the state and courts to extract money from wealthy men. That's the only reason why they allow the shit to go on. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. You black men that are athletes, you should have been did this. Y'all should have been rallied together and tried to get some sort of legislation pushed through, because I swear to God, y'all are just walking licks, man. The way they constantly have y'all sitting in court looking crazy as hell, like that shit is, oh my God. Like all the time, like it's an endless damn train. It's an endless cycle. There's always some trifling ass raggedy broad trying to sue an athlete or trying to put allegations on an athlete in order to get money out of them. But we live in a day and age where women are I was on a panel the other day talking about feminism, and you got dudes talking about women are running circles around men. Oh, really? If women are running circles around men and women are so successful, why do they still engage in these type of tactics? If they're the most educated, which means they should be able to secure good careers, why do they still engage in these tactics? If they're so successful, if they're one of the largest groups of entrepreneurs, of growing entrepreneurs, why do they still resort to these tactics? If they're getting to the bag, why are they still resorting to these tactics? This is some sorry ass trifling shit. That's what this is. That's what this is. And you know what would be beautiful? You know what I would love to see? I know it ain't gonna happen, but I would love to see this. Just once. Just once. I would love to see some chick, some side chick, go public and be like, yeah, we were having sex and this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. And then the main chick go on social media and talk cash shit about that side chick. Your ass is stupid. You was supposed to be the side chick. You was supposed to play your position. I already knew about you. So you go in public ain't doing nothing. I wish to God women would get back on that type of time. Like for real. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. I've been saying this and I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. If you are a dude's main chick, in other words, he spends the most amount of time with you on Valentine's Day, he's with you on your birthday, and his birthday, he's with you on anniversaries, he's with you, he takes you on trips, he's all in when it comes to you, right? If some side chick calls your house or goes public and you break up with that man, you stupid as hell. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. To a main chick breaking up with a dude over a side chick is like an executive in a freaking corporation quitting their job because the CEO gave a compliment to somebody in the mailroom. Like, aren't y'all smart enough to know that the side chicks do that on purpose to make you break up with your man because they want to be the main chick? Don't y'all know that? Don't y'all know that? That's the stupidest shit in the world. How do you let a side chick trick you out of your position? That's the stupidest shit in the world. And see, this chick right here, Milla Adams, whatever her name is, this chick that was Stefan Diggs' personal chef, right? You know why she's in that position, right? She's in that position because she's not good enough to be somebody's wife. Period. Now, she might be able to get a husband in the private sector. She might be able to get a husband that's a regular dude, but she ain't trying to get with a regular dude. She would rather, this is a prime example of a woman that would rather be an NFL player's fuck buddy than a regular dude's wife. And that's why I don't feel bad for her. She's punching way out of her league. Way out of her league. She's one of these chicks that run around here trying her best to get close to athletes and celebrities and shit. This is one of those types of chicks that go do everything she can to try to make her body look a certain way, go get the BBLs and all of that shit, and then go hang out at hotels when a team is in town. When an NFL team or a basketball team is in town, she finds out what hotel they staying at, and she goes and hangs out at the hotel, hoping that she'll bump into an athlete, and then she'll give up the draws, thinking that that's going to get her in. And that's probably what ended up happening with Stefan Diggs. She probably met him and got cool with him and tried to give up the box because she thought that was going to lock him in. and he just treated her like a friend with benefits. And so she was just willing to take whatever he was willing to give her. She probably hit him one day with some sob story, which is probably the reason why he let her move in. Probably also the reason why he said, well, you can be a personal chef, and started paying her. She probably hit him with some kind of damn sob story. Now, the sob story wasn't good enough for him to want to wife her, but he's like, shit, I'll let you crash at the crib. I'll let you crash at the crib. Shit, I'll even pay you if you cook every week. But she obviously wanted more than that. I guarantee you, because she brought up Cardi B's name a few times. She probably wants Cardi B's position. She wants to be the main chick. And chicks like that, the way they operate, they're like, okay, well, if I can't have you, ain't nobody gonna have you. I'm gonna tell this lie and get your ass locked up. I'm gonna fuck your whole shit up. Now, before anybody tries to say, oh, Angry Man, you speculating. Okay, I'm speculating. Hold on. Let's see if I am speculating.
She sue him.
For what?
For the money that he owes her. And like, she gonna take it to the blog. She gonna
take it to the block?
Blogs.
Got it.
Yeah. It was like an hour-long conversation, so it was a lot. So.
Let me start with that.
Oh, sorry.
So, do you remember her saying that she was going to make him pay?
Yeah.
Did Miss Adams, prior to her coming down that night, 1 a.m., and having this conversation with you, did she tell you that she had been assaulted? Did you heard anything about a strangulation and assault?
No.
That night, when she was talking about the suing Mr. Diggs,
yeah.
Did she say that she had been assaulted?
No.
I want to back up down to kind of early in your testimony. You said you have a dash cam.
You're trying to sue him.
So this is the chick that braids Stephon Diggs' hair, and Stephon Diggs probably smashing her. He probably smashing her, if we being totally honest, right? He probably smashing her. But again, she said, I'm going to make him pay. I'm going to mess his life up. I'm going to mess his life up. And what's crazy to me, and this is how we know there's a disparity. What's crazy to me is a man can work for years building his empire, and all it takes is for some lying-ass broad to ruin his whole shit that he spent years building. That's all it takes. She just knew she was going to get on that stand and she was going to tell her lies. And look, I'm not even a fan of Stephon Diggs. I don't even follow his career like that. I think he batshit crazy for even getting into a relationship with Cardi B. So I'm not even a fan of Stephon Diggs. But I tell you what. I'll be on his side before I'll be on the side of this damn raggedy gold digging 304. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. I will be on his side before I be on the side of this raggedy, trifling 304. In fact, check this out. Let me show you something. This is her a couple of days. They actually played this in court. This is her a couple of days after she supposedly got strangled. Don't she look traumatized? This is a couple of days after she allegedly got slapped and strangled. Don't she look traumatized, y'all?
Yes, that's right. That's Mila Adams dancing, having a good time just a couple days after she supposedly got slapped and strangled by Stefan Diggs. The fact that the state brought her case against Stefan Diggs is outrageous. Everyone was sick of her in that courtroom. The judge, the defense attorney, the prosecutor. Watch the judge in this clip. She is so sick of her just giving narratives without answering questions. And she has to keep telling her to stop, and then she rolls her eyes at her.
It's not an opportunity for you just to vent with your story. You told other.
And oh boy, was the defense attorney sick of her shit. Listen to this.
This is a yes or no question. See if you can try it. Did all of the bedrooms in that house have different key codes on them?
Yes, that he controlled.
She couldn't.
So you can.
What do you mean?
And after Stefan supposedly slapped her,
look at her. She's not like she's trying to compete in a league she's not attractive enough to compete in. Look at her. She got an extra big head. She got a bad BBL. Like she's trying to compete. Look. But this is what our society has done. It's made every fair-skinned chick that can go get a BBL think that they own superstar status. When really at the end of the day, she's a bum. That's what she really is. She's a bum. She's a bum. She's a hobo. Depending on Stefan Diggs for a place to stay. Let's be real about this. She's a bum trying to mooch off of Stefan Diggs, trying to get wife privileges out of him. And when she wasn't able to get those wife privileges out of him, she jumped out there and said that he attacked her. It's a song as old as time. She a bum. She's a raggedy, trifling, no good, crumb bum. I said it. She a bum. To the curb, crumb bum. It's so bad, even the women don't believe her. Even the women don't believe her. Well, look at this shit. And by the way, yo, we need a sponsor. Somebody sponsor the show, man. Somebody sponsor the show. Anybody that drops 100 or more will be a sponsor of the show. Somebody sponsor the show. Y'all support the show. We need some support.
And yes, I do believe that the girl was telling the truth. The chef is telling the truth. That Stefan Diggs probably slept with every last girl she said he slept with. But I don't believe he choked her out, slapped her, or whatever the case she said. Some men can be physical. I get that. But in this case specifically, I feel, and I quite literally fear, that she just is hurt and upset that she's not special. Nothing about her was special. She realized nothing about her was unique. He quite literally was sleeping with other female employees. Like, she thought like, oh, this man, he cheating on Cardi B for me, and she felt special. No, he doing this with a few other ones. And I think when she realized that, she got a little jealous. She got a little mad. Like, how you on the stand saying you sleeping with this man and you doing this, that, and the third, and you became to go work with him, which is very sneaky, very unloyal. And then
So let me say this. Women just don't get it. Women truly do not understand men. Women don't understand men. Y'all do realize this, right? Women still think that they're special if a man screws you. That is not how we... She said she thought she was special because she thought she was the only one that Stefan Diggs was cheating on Cardi B with. When are y'all gonna get it? See, this is the reason why y'all are so hung up on the concept of men cheating, because you truly think that you have to be special for a man to put his Johnson in you. You're not special if he does that. You're not. You want to know when you're special is when he goes to the jewelry store and buys a freaking wedding and engagement ring and puts that bitch on your finger. That's when you know you special. That's when you know. Like, when are they gonna realize this shit, fam? Shout out to my man Donnell for being the first sponsor of the show. Appreciate you, bro. Like, they just don't get it. Even the old school women used to tell them, like, remember, hold on for a second.
That's that BINO energy.
It's a lot better than we usually do. All right, chums, I'm ready, guys.
Let's do this.
Yo, shout out to Donnell. He said, what up, AM and BINOs? I got you. Appreciate you, bro. Remember, how many of y'all remember Waiting to Exhale? Remember on Waiting to Exhale when Whitney Houston was messing with the Allstate guy and he just kept telling her, he just kept dragging her along, and everybody kept having to tell Whitney Houston, that man is not going to leave his wife for you. He's not leaving his wife. But see, and everybody will look at the Allstate guy like he's a scumbag. He's not a scumbag. He's not a scumbag. The only problem with that situation is that man lives in a society where he knows he can't be honest without being judged, right? Because if he lived in a society that was more honest, he would have been able to, if he lived in a society that did not judge him for being honest, he could have told Whitney off the rip, I'm not going to leave my wife for you. You the side chick. You the side piece. We just having sex because we enjoy having sex with each other. See, you want to know what's crazy to me? What's crazy to me is women can understand that concept when it's them. In other words, if the woman wants to have a dude as a F buddy and she doesn't want nothing else from him, she can understand that concept and will look at him crazy as if he expects more out of that relationship. See, when it's them that's on that type of time, they fully understand it. But when it's the dude, it's like they can't comprehend it. Like, oh my God, I had sex with him. Why is he treating me like this? Shut the fuck up. How many of you women have a dude that you like to have sex with, but you don't want nothing else to do with him? You don't want to have no relationship with him. You don't want to do none of that. You just like having sex with him. That dude can't cry victim. He can't be like, man, I just want more. I want a real relationship with her, and she just won't give it to me. Like, everybody will look at him like he's crazy. Are you crazy? She said she don't want no relationship with you. What's wrong with you? But she had sex with me, so? That's what everybody gonna say. They're gonna be like, so what? It's only them when they decide in their mind, you feel me? I need a return on this coochie investment. Like, no. No. No, 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 no. They really think that, look. I got to say this, and I'm going to say it over and over again. A man cheating with you on his wife or his girlfriend, that does not make you special. And it doesn't make his girlfriend or his wife less special. That's the part y'all don't get about men, because men do not attach. Here's the thing, right? And this is going to sound crazy when I say this, but y'all just don't get it. The world places value on women based on your looks and your sexuality. But an individual man does not value you truly for your looks or your sexuality. That's the dirty little secret nobody's ever going to tell you. Men in general do not value women based on their looks and their sexuality. They don't. Now, some of y'all gonna be like, well, that's not true, Angry Man. Men do value women's looks. No, the world values women's looks. So men will pick women that look a certain way because they know the world values that. Now, before you say, I don't know what I'm talking about, you explain to me why dudes will have sex with ugly chicks. You explain to me why dudes will have a baby mama that don't look that good. You explain to me why dudes will get married to average looking chicks, below average looking chicks. Because what men truly value about women is their mentality, not their looks and not their sex. That's what men truly value women for. They're never going to come out and say it. They're never going to come out and say it. This is why a dude will get into a relationship with a chick that doesn't look that good, that's overweight, and he'll be in a relationship with that chick. He'll deal with that chick. He just don't want nobody to know he dealing with that chick. Why? Because the world values something different. That's why. It's because the world values something different. The world values a woman's looks and her sexuality. So the man bases his outward opinion on what the world thinks. Because check this out. Y'all have seen situations where you'll be like, you'll see a dude that's in a relationship with a chick, and the chick will be drop dead gorgeous. And then he'll go mess with another chick on the side that don't look nowhere near as good as her. And y'all be sitting there scratching your head like, why the hell did he cheat with her? Why did he cheat with her? And she's busted compared to his girlfriend. His girlfriend is bad. Because the chick that he had sex with is cool. The chick that he's had sex with, he can relate to. The chick that he had sex with, he can laugh with, he can joke with, he can have a good time with. The main chick that he's with at that time get on his fucking nerves. She's entitled. She got all kinds of demands and shit. Well, why don't he break up with the main chick? You know why a lot of dudes will sneak off and go find some happiness instead of just breaking up with their main chick? Because when dudes break up with y'all try to ruin their lives. That's why. That's why. If you ever want to ask yourself the question, why do dudes step out on their woman instead of just breaking up with the woman and then pursuing what they want? Because they're in a miserable relationship and they're trying to find some damn happiness somewhere else. And the reason why they don't just break up with you is because y'all have a track record of trying to ruin niggas' lives when they break up with you. That's why. That's why. That's why. That's why. But men do not look. Look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. My wife is a beautiful woman, and I enjoy intimacy with her. I enjoy intimacy of a sexual nature with her. There ain't no mystery about that. She knows that. But those are not the things I value the most about her. What I value the most about her is our connection. What I value the most about her is how we get along. What I value the most about her is her temperament, the way she operates, the way she thinks, the way she moves. That's what I value about her the most. And women just don't understand this. They don't understand this. They don't understand this about men. They don't understand it. Men do not put the same level of importance on sex that y'all put on sex. We don't. That's one of the things we've been trying to explain to y'all for I don't know how long, and y'all just refuse to acknowledge it. We do not put that level of importance on sex that you do. We don't even put that level of importance on looks. The only place where you'll see dudes talking about, well, a woman has to weigh this amount and a woman has to have this type of figure and a woman has to look this way and she has to be a 10 is these goofy ass niggas on the internet that ain't never got bitches in their life. They the only ones that do that shit. If you go out here in the real world, you'll see dudes with all types of women, all types of average, regular looking women. It's only these dudes that come to the internet talking this goofy shit, but it's usually dudes that never got bitches in the first place. They come up here and they get popular and they use their popularity to finally try to get the type of woman that they want. And this is the reason why they always end up in stupid situations, because once they become popular and they can get the dime, they realize that the dime isn't exactly what they wanted. But by that point, they've already created this persona. So they have to continue pushing the narrative. They have to continue trying to get dimes because they've been preaching to everybody that anybody that gets anything less than a dime is a simp or a loser or all of that shit. So they become prisoners of their own ideology. I guarantee you that there are dudes up here that are popular podcasters. They've come across chicks that they got along with, that they genuinely wanted to have a relationship with, that they was really feeling. But because that chick does not fit the insta-thought model of physicality, because that chick is not a dime, they're not going to talk to her. They're not going to talk to her. And see, this is because of their lack of knowledge of dealing with women. See, most of us that were able to get chicks back in the day, we found out in high school, just everything that glitter ain't gold. Just because a chick looks good does not mean she's gonna be good. You feel me? Just because a chick is a dime doesn't mean she's gonna have the greatest personality. In fact, in most cases, when a chick looks really, really good, like if she's what you would consider a dime, she has a horrible personality. And the reason why she has a horrible personality is because she's always been able to get by on her looks. She's never had to develop a pleasant personality or a pleasant disposition. That's why when you was in high school, what you noticed is that the chicks that were average or not that attractive, they was always the coolest ones. They was always the ones that had the best personality because they couldn't live off of their looks. They had to actually have something going on. in their head. They had to actually have something going on. You feel me? It is very rare that you will come across a chick that is really good looking and has a great personality. It's rare. It's rare. In fact, when you do come across a chick that's attractive, that has a great personality, you gotta snatch them up as quick as you can. But like I said, the only dudes that are the only dudes that have a strict policy. In other words, they have the strictest policy ever when it comes to women. The woman has to be a dime. She has to have a certain type of figure. She has to weigh a certain amount. All of that shit. She has to have a certain dress size. The only dudes that do that shit are these weirdo niggas online that you know never got chicks back in the day. And the reason why is because they're still stuck. See, when we was younger, we was in high school. Every dude had this idea of the perfect chick in their head. And every chick that you dealt with, you would measure that perfect woman in your head. You would use that perfect woman in your head to measure the women that you encountered. But in high school, as a teen, going into your early 20s, you realize that no woman on planet Earth will ever live up to that perfect woman you got in your head. You realize that in life there's trade-offs. There's trade-offs. You might meet a chick that has a great personality, cooks and all of that shit, but she ain't the baddest chick. She average. Or you might come across a chick, you might be a dude that like women that got big booties. You might come across a chick that got a banging ass body, but she ain't the prettiest chick. You might come across a chick that has a gorgeous face like a doll, just beautiful, but she ain't got no banging body. Or you might come across a chick that has a banging body and a pretty face, and she's gorgeous, but her box stink. Like you're gonna realize that out of all the chicks you come across, there's always gonna be something wrong. You're never gonna come across no perfect chick. There's always gonna be something wrong, right? You just got to decide, okay, what am I willing to compromise? What do I value the most? What is the biggest thing on the list? What are the things on the list that I value the most, right? But see, these weirdo dudes that come online, they give you this whole criteria of everything that a woman has to meet. That just tells you they haven't dealt with women a lot. That's all that tells you. They have not dealt with women a lot. They haven't really started dealing with women until they came online. And that's why a lot of these guys have these podcasts where they'll have a bunch of women come on to their show, because they're trying to relive their youth, that when they were teenagers, they weren't able to be around a lot of girls. So now that they have a platform and they can have a lot of girls around them, they want as many girls around them and shit. But see, us guys that been around girls, we don't have that. We don't need that validation. We don't have that desire to have a bunch of chicks around us, because we know chicks are goofy and they do goofy shit and they get on your fucking nerves. But see, these jackasses online, they think just because a chick is pretty, shit gonna be cool. No. And that's the reason why you see a lot of these podcast dudes that now that they have a platform, now that they popular, now that they making a lot of money and they can get around the quote unquote dimes, this is why you see them having problems with these chicks. Problems that they didn't anticipate. This is why you see them going through goofy shit. It's the same thing with these athletes. It's the same thing with these athletes. They want to get the baddest looking chick. They want to get a dime. And then that chick end up fucking their whole life up. That chick end up taking their money, accusing them of some heinous shit. And you got to ask yourself, is that worth it? Is it worth it for everybody in the world to admire the woman that's on your arm to only have her end up ruining your life? Is that worth it? Is that worth it? Is it worth it to have the type of woman that makes every man envy you only to have her ruin your life 6 months later? Because that's the other part of it too. The other part of it is when you're looking at these type of dudes that's online, they were never in a situation where anybody admired them. They were never in a situation where they were considered the man, right? So unfortunately for them, they think that the only way for them to finally get those props that they think they deserve, they need notoriety, money, and a chick that every dude is going to look at and be like, oh my God, she's gorgeous. They think that's all they need. And the only reason they think that way is because they've never been in high school and had one of the prettiest girls in school, and that girl was getting on their nerves every damn day. They never experienced that. They never experienced that. They never experienced the chick that's drop dead gorgeous, but you get on the phone with her and she's an entire dingbat, airhead, don't got nothing of any value to say. And then as gorgeous as she is, all of a sudden, when she starts talking, she just starts looking uglier and uglier the more she talks. They never experienced that. They never experienced that. And here's the funny thing. If you're online and you have a big platform, meaning you got a lot of people following you and you're popular, everybody knows who you are, or you're an athlete, everybody knows who you are. You're a podcaster, you're a popular podcaster, an athlete, a movie star, comedian, whatever. Everybody knows you. You make plenty of money. It's easy to get a pretty woman. It's easy. But you got to ask yourself, why is it easy in that situation? Did that woman really want you? Or is she with you because of your social currency? Is she with you because you're a notable person and she knows standing next to you is going to make her popular? Standing next to you is going to give her some shine. Because right now she's existing in a sea of women that operate just like her. They all do the same shit. They all go to the gym to try to keep the trim waist. They do whatever they can do to make their butt big. They go get their BBLs. They use the same makeup. They wear the same wigs. They do all the same shit. So there's a sea of them out here. So in her mind, what does she need to do to stand out? She can get with a DDG or one of these, you know, or an I Show Speed or you know, she can get next to one of them. You feel me? But the question is, does she really like that person? No. And this is the reason why y'all dudes be having so many problems, because your priorities is fucked up. Your priorities is messed up. Your priorities is messed up. There's a chick right now that's around you that's cool as hell, that's cute. She ain't the baddest chick in the world, but she cute, down to earth, girl next door vibe, but you don't want to get with her because she's not going to impress your homies. You want a chick that your homies is going to drool over. You want a chick that just by her being with you and standing next to you, the world is going to look at you and say, he's the man. And I got news for you. I got news for all you lames. I got news for all you cornballs that think that shit. That's not, look, this is what you got to understand. If you a lame ass nigga, when you become a popular podcaster, you just a popular lame ass podcaster. When you make a bunch of money, you just a lame ass nigga with a bunch of money. When you get a dime, you just a lame ass nigga with a dime, and everybody's gonna look at this shit and say, oh, she only with him because he got money. She only with him because he popular. That's the reality. That's the reality. So all you dudes is trying to enhance your persona with money, clout, and a insta thought dime. It's not doing nothing for you, bruh. It's not. It's not doing nothing for you. Them girls that what y'all, them chicks y'all call baddies, they don't give a shit about y'all. This is why y'all always end up in goofy ass situations. Because those women know you're lame. They know that. They know that. And what they do is they Uno reverse your predatory bullshit onto you. Because in your mind, you know you a lame, but you know you got something that she wants. You got clout. You got money. So you try to use that to get the prettiest girls, and you don't realize you think you're doing the hunting, but they really doing the hunting. They be sitting around looking like, look at this lame ass nigga with this money. I'm going to get a bag off of him. That's how they be thinking. And you would do so much better just getting you a regular chick, a regular, normal, down-to-earth, girl next door type chick, instead of these gold-digging hoochies that don't want to do nothing but figure out a way to finesse you out of your damn money. Because you want to know the truth? The reason, this is the main reason why. The main reason why this younger generation is having so many problems when it comes to relationships. Press 1 if y'all want to know why. Press 1 if y'all want to know why this younger generation is having so many problems. Press 1 if you want to know why this younger generation is having so many problems. Because all of you niggas think you supposed to have an Instagram model. All of you niggas think you supposed to have an Instagram model. And you want to know what's funny? Instagram models ain't even Instagram models. That's what's so funny about the shit. That's what's so funny about the shit. Instagram models ain't even Instagram models. You talking about chicks that get on Instagram and get on social media. They take 1,000,000 pictures and then they try to find the best picture that's got the best angle that shows them in the best light, and they put that shit up there. See, the reality is this. The reality is these dudes online, they still walking around with that fictitious woman in their head. They're still walking around with that woman in their head, that perfect woman. And that bitch don't exist. She don't exist. And when y'all are doing your shows where you invite all of these Insta thoughts to come on the show to promote their Instagram and shit, and you trying to holler at them because they got a certain aesthetic. Wait till you get them back to the hotel and unwrap that package. Wait till you get them back to the hotel and they take off all of their freaking clothes. That's the main reason why when Kevin Samuels used to do his show, he used to ask women to rate themselves from 1 to 10 and don't use 7, but rate yourself based on standing in the mirror with no clothes on. That's why I used to say that shit. He said, with no clothes, no makeup, standing in the mirror, rate yourself from 1 to 10. I'm here to tell you right now, if every woman did that, there's no such thing as a 10. There's no such thing as a 10. They don't exist. They don't exist. The only place a 10 exists is in your opinion. That's the only place it exists. It only exists in your preference and your opinion. That's the only place it exists. But the fact that you men be losing your minds over certain types of chicks, I'll be like, bro, that's how they got y'all. That's how they keep finessing y'all. Because y'all keep falling for the aesthetic. You feel me? Y'all keep falling for the aesthetic. But, you know, to go back to my point, the original point that I was trying to make, normal men, not these dudes that's on podcasts, normal men out here in the real world, they are not holding women to this super high standard of beauty. They're just not. They're just not. They're not holding women to this perfect 10 standard. I don't care who you are, because if that was the case, nobody would ever hook up. Nobody would ever hook up. Nobody would ever get with it, because I don't care who the chick is. You can show me any chick. I don't care how bad you think she is. I can show you her flaws, because nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. In fact, you show me a chick that's a dime, I'll show you the fastest way to find out she's not perfect. All you gotta do, if you show me a picture of a chick and you say this chick is a dime, all I'm gonna say is scroll down and look at them feet. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. Scroll down and look at them feet. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. Scroll down and look at them dogs. There's going to be something. There's going to be something. I promise you that shit. There's going to be something. But like I said, most men, the men that are serious about long-term relationships, and I got to point that out, right? I got to point that out, because if you're talking about men that's just smashing, it don't matter. If you're talking about men that's they just want to smash, it don't matter, right? It don't matter. But when you're talking about men that want genuine companionship with a woman, I guarantee you, he is not, the main thing he's focused on is not her looks and sexuality. That's not the main thing he's focused on. It's part of it, but it's not the main thing, right? Now, of course, he wants a woman that he's attracted to, and he wants a woman that he enjoys having sex with, but I guarantee you his biggest focus is her mentality. Because I'm telling you right now, a dude is not going to marry a chick just off the strength of her being pretty and in the box. He's not going to do that. And if he does, he a damn fool. And if he does, he a damn fool. And keep in mind, I'm talking about regular people. I'm not talking about celebrities. I'm not talking about athletes. Celebrities and athletes, they'll marry chicks that look a certain way because they're always in the spotlight. They always got cameras in their face. People always snapping pictures of them. So yeah, they'll go get a woman that looks a certain way, and they'll marry that chick off the strength of how she looks. But how does that usually work out for them? How does that usually work out for them? Do you realize that all of the dudes that are celebrities that have marriages that have stood the test of time are dudes that's married to average, regular chicks? None of the dudes that's married to drop dead gorgeous dimes, none of those relationships last. Do you realize that? Do y'all realize that? None of those relationships last. None of them. At one point, y'all was looking at Vivica Fox like she was a dime. At one point, y'all was looking at Nicole Murphy like she was a dime. At one point, y'all was looking at Lisa Ray like she was a dime. In fact, when it come to Hollywood, you show me a chick that's drop dead gorgeous, I'll show you a lonely bitch. Show me a chick in Hollywood that's drop dead gorgeous, and I'll show you a chick that's lonely. But then you go look at Ice Cube's wife. Still with her. You go look at Snoop's wife. He's still with her. You go look at Denzel's wife. He's still with her. You go look at LL's wife. He's still with her. And I'm not saying those women are not attractive, but they are not what everybody would consider dimes or supermodels or all of that other ridiculous shit. They regular chicks. They regular chicks. And keep in mind, y'all got to understand, when I say regular, I don't mean that they're not attractive. I mean, they're just regular. Like they're the type of chick you would see out on your average everyday, you know, commute. You out in public, you will run across chicks that look like that. Right? Exactly. Girl next door type. You show me celebrities that's with the girl next door type, you'll see a relationship that lasts. because you know that those men, even though they're attracted to those women, they're not putting all of the onus on just attractiveness. They're also with them because of the way they are. They're with them because of their personality too. And for a lot of those dudes, you know, those women are with those guys because of them, because they was with them before they got their money. I'm telling you right now, if you show me a dude that's rich and he goes out here and gets a chick that's considered a baddie, I get that relationship. I get that relationship less than a year. That's why it's funny to me, like everybody talking about Klay Thompson and Meg Thee Stallion. Do you really think that relationship was going to work with all of these dudes drooling over her? With all of these dudes drooling over her, all of these celebrity industry guys waiting on their turn, you really think that's gonna, you really think, first of all, when you have a woman that the world considers to be a dime, the biggest issue you have is hypergamy. Biggest issue you have, because if you worth 10 million and you got with her and she was attracted to you because you were worth 10 million, sure, she may find you physically attractive, but that 10 million is one hell of an incentive. She gets with you, you worth 10 million, and everybody considers her a dime. You think she ain't never gonna bump into a dude? Because if you at 10 million, you gonna be around other millionaires. You think you ain't never gonna bump into a dude that's worth 20 million, 50 million, 100 million that's gonna find her attractive too? Absolutely. And all it takes is one conversation and she gone, because that's what she was there for in the first place. That's what she was there for in the first place. She wasn't there for you. She was there for that money. She was there for that clout. She was there for the paparazzi. She was there for the notoriety. She was there for the popularity. That's why she was there. And popularity is her currency. Popularity is her currency. Why is popularity her currency? Because she's considered to be an it girl. See, women like that don't get humbled until they hit the wall. And even then, some of them still don't get humbled. That's why you got Vivica Fox still running around here like she's Vivica Fox in her 20s. That's why you got Lisa Ray still running around here like she's Lisa Ray in her 20s. And look, don't get it twisted. Lisa Ray is still attractive. A lot of y'all be talking about the wall and all of that shit. She's still attractive. She's still very attractive. The only problem is she knows it. That's the only problem. The only problem is she was Diamond from the Players Club. Okay? And she ain't gonna never forget it. She ain't never gonna forget it. She suffers from pretty girl syndrome. She suffers from pretty girl syndrome. You feel me? Now, if you get with a regular chick and you're a successful man and you doing the damn thing, that woman is going to weigh her options. She going to say to herself, well, why am I going to go anywhere? She's going to look at the situation. She's going to say, what are the odds of me getting another dude that's this successful? That's a different conversation when you're Lisa Ray. That's a different conversation when you're Nicole Murphy. The only problem is they don't know when to quit. They don't know when to quit. They didn't know how to stop while they were ahead. You feel me? So they just kept climbing that hypergamy ladder, and they didn't realize the entire time they was climbing that ladder that they was aging while they were climbing that ladder. And before you know it, they get to one rung of that ladder and they can't go nowhere else. They can't go no higher. They can't do nothing. They stuck. And they done already fucked over all of the men that came before. So they can't go backwards. They can't go backwards. Because if you're in that world where you're playing that hypergamous game, you're not the only woman that's playing that hypergamous game. And the reason why Nicole Murphy can't go backwards, the reason why she can't go backwards is because the dudes that she used to be with, same thing with Lisa Ray, same thing with Vivica Fox. Vivica Fox, once she realized she screwed up, she couldn't go backwards with 50 because there's a younger, better looking version of Vivica Fox. That's the part they don't get about hypergamy. Hypergamy may work in their favor, but it works against them as well. So once they get to the point where they're too old to continue playing that hypergamy game, they can't spin the block and go back to the dudes that they was with because some younger, better version of them has already taken their place. Because that younger, better version of them is playing that same goofy ass hypergamy game. And sooner or later, they're going to be in the same spot that Vivica Fox is in. They're going to be in the same spot that Lisa Ray is in. Because there's always a younger, prettier girl. There's always going to be one. There's always going to be one. There's younger, prettier girls turning 18 every day. And that's why somebody like Beyonce, she's not going to play that game. She's not going to play that game because how often are we churning out Jay-Z's? How often is there a new Denzel Washington? How often is there a new Ice Cube? How often is there a new LL Cool J? And that's the main reason why men are the prize. I've been saying this over and over again. Women think they're the prize. No, you're under the illusion that you're the prize. The reason why you're not the prize is because you got too much competition. You got too much competition. Pretty girls are a dime a dozen. Successful men are not. Pretty girls come a dime a dozen. Successful men are not. For every successful man that gets out of the dating market, there's not necessarily a new one replacing him. But for every beautiful woman that's out of the dating market because she's aged out, because she's hit the wall, there's 10 replacing you. 50 replacing you. That's why the smart women that are attractive, they find the best man they can find, which is a man they get along with, and they stay right there. They stay right there. It's only these silly women that play musical chairs. You see, the Lisa Ray McCoys, the Vivica A. Foxes, the Nicole Murphys, they played musical chairs so long. And y'all remember playing musical chairs. You can play musical chairs all you want, but eventually you're going to be left standing with no chair to sit on. And that's currently where Nicole Murphy is at. That's currently where Vivica A. Fox is at. That's currently where Lisa Ray McCoy is at. That's currently where Nia Long is at. Now, you look at these women back in the day, it don't make no sense that they shouldn't have been able to secure a husband. The only reason they wasn't able to secure a husband is because they was playing musical chairs. And they thought that game would never end. They thought there would always be enough chairs. There's never enough chairs. There's never enough chairs. Y'all, the women play musical chairs. The women, you have a certain amount of chairs and you're playing musical chairs, but what you don't realize is that there's only a certain amount of chairs, but there's an endless amount of women trying to play musical chairs. For us men, we're not playing musical chairs. For us men that are successful, we're standing outside of a chair factory getting ready to purchase some chairs. There's always a chair for us because we got to buy it. There's always a chair for us because we have to purchase the chairs. The only time a man is in bad shape is when he don't got the money to purchase a chair. That's the only time he's in bad shape. But for you, you're not purchasing chairs. You're just trying to sit on one while it's available. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. You're just trying to sit on a chair while it's available, but there's a long line of women trying to sit on those chairs. And every time a woman sits on the chair, that woman in that chair vanish. And you got the rest of the chairs. Another woman sits down. But what you women don't realize is that there's a limited amount of chairs that all of you women have to pick from. There's a limited amount of chairs. But a successful man, like a Stefan Diggs, he shows up to the chair factory and he can, yeah, I want that chair. I want that chair. I want that chair. Give me that chair. Give me that one. Get as many chairs as he wants. Because his ability to get chairs is not based on his looks. It's not based on his looks. It's not based on his age. It's based on his success. It's based on his money. So he can go pick as many chairs as he wants. He can back a van up to the door and have the dudes bring the chairs out. Yeah, put them on in the van. Put them on in the van. Yeah, that's my Cash App, Flex. Fuel the Anger is my Cash App. Now, even though men, and this is what I got to point out to you, okay? This is what I got to point out to you. We got a different problem than the women, okay? The women are on a clock. They have a short amount of time to sit in one of those chairs because sooner or later the chairs are going to be gone. For you men, you can go to the store, you can go to the chair factory and get as many chairs as you want, or you can walk around that factory and find the most comfortable chair out of all of the chairs. And you can grab that one chair and dip, because you can keep a comfortable chair forever. Forever. But see, some of y'all, what y'all do is y'all run in there and y'all get 10 uncomfortable chairs. And then be mad. And then be mad when the chairs ain't comfortable. But they look good. They look good. They look awesome. But they're not comfortable. They're not comfortable. See, me, I'll go in there and I'll look at the chairs and I'll be like, okay, that one look good. Let me see if it's comfortable. Because that's what we do as men. That's what you're supposed to do. It look good, but will it fit me? It look good, but is it comfortable? You looking at like that? Who you looking at like that? Who you looking at like that? Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. You're going to get enabled tonight. My wife said to me, she said, I'm your enabler. I said, what do you mean? She said, your ass is crazy. You crazy as hell, and I be enabling you. I said, how do you be enabling me to be crazy? She said, because I'm married to you. I be sleeping next to you. I be having sex with you. I be enabling you. I said, shit, you might want to enable me tonight. I said, how about you enable me tonight? Said, I've bought an uncomfortable chair before. I wanted a refund. I know that's right. I know that's right. But see, that's what Stefan Diggs is doing right now. He got a bunch of chairs, but none of them is comfortable. Because if one of them was comfortable, he would pick that one and call it a day. But that's the thing with celebrities. Celebrities are surrounded by a bunch of chairs that look good, but they're not comfortable. They look good, but they're not comfortable. And the women are surrounded by a bunch of chairs that are expensive, but they don't realize that they can't keep playing musical chairs. They don't realize that shit. They think them chairs is always going to be there forever. And they not. And there ain't enough chairs to go around for them. There ain't enough chairs to go around. Flex said, "You not crazy." Oh no, I'm crazy. I'm definitely crazy. I'm definitely crazy. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I'm crazy. Crazy like a fox. That reminds me of Jerry Maguire, right? He said after his dad retired, he had been working for a company for I don't know how long. He said when his dad retired, he said, "So how do you feel now that you're retired?" Jerry Maguire said his dad said, "I wish they would have gave me a more comfortable chair." He said he sat in that chair for 30 years. For 30 freaking years. And I'm going to tell you something about a chair that's not comfortable. A chair that's not comfortable can cause you all kinds of problems. That shit can cause you back problems and some more shit. Said, I don't know. What does a fox say? Well, no, that's just an old saying from back in the day. I keep forgetting, y'all, this younger generation, y'all don't really, a lot of those old sayings been lost to time, so y'all don't really know about them old sayings. If you're a Gen Xer, you've heard somebody say at one point, he crazy like a fox, you know, because foxes are supposed to be wily and, you know, shit like that, right? But I'm serious about this legislation shit. They need to do something about this shit. They need to do something about this shit. They got to fix this shit. This shit that they've been allowing with these women just constantly. Like, to me, it feels like the moment a woman accuses a man of some shit, the first thing we should look at is how much that man's net worth is. That's the first thing we should look at. How much money is that dude worth? Like, how much money is that dude worth? Because if that dude is worth a shitload of money, we need to reevaluate. We need to reevaluate this shit. I think that if you don't have ironclad proof, like for instance, this Stefan Diggs shit, this shit should have never went to trial. She didn't have no proof. She didn't have no photos of no injuries. She didn't have no video of the shit happening. She didn't have no proof whatsoever. I'm still trying to figure out how they even brought this case to trial. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And if I was Stefan Diggs, I would sue that bitch into oblivion. I would sue the shit out of her. I would sue her for defamation. I would sue her for defamation. Defamation of character. I would say that this trial and her saying the stuff she said on the stand has diminished my character tremendously. You know what I would say? I would say everything she said on that stand was a lie. From her saying that I was sleeping with other people all the time. I would cook her ass in court. I would cook her ass in court. I would sue the shit out of her. And not only would I sue her, but I would use my money. I would use my money to make her life miserable. I would use my money and my influence to make her life miserable. I'll fix it so she can't get no job nowhere, all of that shit. Be like, okay, you want to play with me? Okay, cool. You wanted to ruin my life. Well, guess what? Now I'm gonna ruin yours. Now I'm gonna do my best to ruin yours. I'm not gonna do nothing to you physically. I'm not gonna harm you physically, but I'm gonna make it so difficult for you to get jobs. I'm gonna let everybody. I want everybody to know. I want everybody to see who you actually are. Like real talk, because there got to be some kind of consequence. They cannot keep getting away with this shit. Like, she shouldn't be able to accuse somebody of some shit, have no proof, you know, lose the court case, and then just go back to her life like nothing happened. Like, no, there needs to start being some damn consequences for this type of shit. You even had some women that run around here talking about something. I think he did it. I think he, man, shut up. Like, they need to understand that this shit ain't cool. Dope Custom Design said the capital net worth of a man should be measured by the man's worth and intellect. Don't agree with what he's worth to determine who he is. Well, what he's worth is part of who he is. That's the scoreboard. That's the scoreboard. The same way you know how good an NBA player is by the points he puts up, is the same way you understand how good a man is in life by his successes, by his achievements. That's the scoreboard, whether we like it or not. Whether we like it or not, that is the scoreboard.
BINO check. If you're in the building, show your work. Drop 20 on the Super Chat or Cash App.
Yo, shout out to Brain Clarity. Appreciate you.
That's that BINO energy.
Brain Clarity said, well, Angry Man, if they think you are evil, they will most definitely and for sure hate Jesus and his brutal, honest truth even more this next time, but no nails or wood this time, only the writing of all these evil lies. Can't wait. No doubt. Appreciate you. Shout out to Mr. 1950 in the building. He said, just contributing to the show. Much respect, brother. Appreciate you. What's good with you, 50?
That's that BINO energy.
Appreciate you. Shout out to Over H. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I ain't gonna butcher it.
That's that BINO energy.
Said, I'm an MMA fighter on Mortal Kombat if she an Instagram model. Word. Let's see who else we got. Shout out to D. D said, thanks for tonight's show. Appreciate you.
That's that BINO energy.
See who else we got. Shout out to Vincent. He said facts.
That's that BINO energy.
Shout out to Forever Studios with the 50 spot. He said, salute 100. Great live stream, Angry Man. Appreciate you, bro.
That's that BINO energy.
Boy, it's good.
Shout out to my man Quentin, always coming through. Quentin says, salute to AM and the BINO Nation.
That's that BINO energy.
Shout out to Kendra, said BINO roll call. Appreciate you.
That's that BINO energy.
Appreciate y'all for participating in the roll call.
It's that time again. We going up. We going up.
It's time to read the Super Chats.
Yo, shout out to Dark Power in the building. Shout out to INP. Says salute to the light-skinned God AM. Appreciate you. Shout out to Christy. Appreciate you. Shout out to AKA JK. Said, what's up, Angry Man? Have a blessed day, brother. Appreciate you. Shout out to Campster Mall. Campster email. Said, my ex hit me while I was laying down in my hammock. She called the police and she went to jail. Now I have 2 homes with children and she has a restraining order. It's been the most peaceful since. Damn. Shout out to Rosalind. Appreciate you. Shout out to my man Omni in the building with the 3-month membership. Said cook on a steel pan with avocado oil tonight. Appreciate you, bro. And shout out to Money. He said Trump meet Ryder. Oh, you upset that I'm a fan of Trump? You'll be okay. You'll be okay. He's still your president. Just remember that. Just remember that. He's still your president. But Joe, shout out to everybody that came through, man. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me, as always. And I'm going to get up out of here and holler at y'all later. Deuces.
The session is closed. The board is dismissed.
I gave you the blueprint, now go build a state. Stop arguing with broke, man, stop debating with fate. We don't negotiate value, we dictate the price. You watch the show for free, I just gave you a slice. But the real ones know where the equity lives. We taking everything, we got nothing to give. The manual is waiting, you know where it's at. This ain't a gamble, it's a guaranteed bet.
Go protect Lee, go and plant the seed. Go protect Lee, that's the code we need. Go to the side, secure the command. The Angryman Channel, the standard of the land.
TheAngrymanChannel.com.
Get the shirt, get the book.
Start watching, start working. We up.
The session is closed. The board is dismissed.